We're at Parkhead tonight for one of the biggest and oldest derbies in the world. Nowhere does winning mean more than in this one. It's the traditional New Year showdown between Celtic and Rangers. That's our live football tonight from the Bell's Scottish Premier Division. Rangers are top, chasing an 8th successive title. Celtic can't afford to let them get any further away. They'll be at it tonight. Mind you, so will Rangers.
Get in here. Ferguson does. Oh, a brilliant goal. And Celtic take the lead. An own goal by Craig Moore. He scored for Celtic.
And Rangers are here at Parkhead. Usual warm welcome. The league leaders by 8 points. And it's a lead for Gascoigne there. Well, almost ready it seems. Celtic last played on December the 16th. In that time, Rangers have got themselves an 8-point lead. But not too much hospitality, it seems. The door to the dressing rooms is locked. It might be a lengthy wait outside. What a night we have in prospect here. The Old Firm on collision course once again. As I said, one of the oldest and the biggest derby games in the world, and rarely in recent seasons has there been more riding on it. Celtic just have to win tonight. Our guests, Charlie Nicholas and Mark Hateley, two Old Firm campaigners down the years who need no more of an introduction than that. Charlie, good to see you again. Bit of a buzz about the place tonight, isn't there?
Yes, it's. We thought the last time the Old Firm teams met in the 3-3 draw, it was going to be one of the most exciting games for a long time. It proved to be that, but tonight is crucial for Celtic, especially because Rangers have now opened up a gap.
Welcome, Mark. It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
Has the place changed a bit since you were last here?
Yeah, well, it seemed to be a stand missing, but what a stand it is, though.
It's a fabulous stand, isn't it? What they've managed to put up so far. 17, 18 million pounds, is it, Charlie?
18 million pounds it cost them. It's tremendous. I mean, obviously, it's hard sometimes looking at it from a spectator's point of view and seeing that one of the ends bare, especially. But it's marvellous that they've came forward the way they have.
Wonderful. And they're working on both ends now, which is the next part of the project, and hopefully we'll have one end completed by the start of next season. Now, Mark, fond memories of Old Firm clashes. Some bad memories too, if the mind serves me correct, but this must rank amongst the best, eh?
Yeah, well, I think you get good times and bad times, but I like to think you get more. I seem to have had more good times than bad against Celtic. You know, it's always been big games. I mean, you can't get enough big games, can you? I mean, very exciting times, you know, coming into especially the New Year's fixture. It's always very special.
Is that one different?
You've had too many, to be honest. To be honest, Richard, he said far too many, especially at Celtic Park.
That's what my body keeps telling me. Anyway.
I apologise for the bias, Charlie. We have been scouring the archives to find a Charlie Nicholas goal in these games, but the best we came up with was 8-0 and black and white. So it was really no good to
You were doing Good Morning TV then, weren't you?
Touche. Does this New Year's Day game mean more than the others?
I think it's special. I mean, it's historically a special day. You know, special day. I mean, it's disappointing. I think personally. You know, you played on New Year's Day games, and I think it is that just takes the edge away from it. You know, I mean, because it sets everybody up for the year. I mean, but over the period, that's what it's all been about. And but no bigger game. I mean, you know, I played in Milan derbies and these derbies, and no comparison.
Well, they're all a bit special, as Mark was saying. There have been 3 meetings, in fact, so far this season, and Rangers have the upper hand to date. A win and a draw in the league, and they also won the Coca-Cola Cup tie between the two here at Parkhead.
Gascoigne, great chance there, it's in, it's a goal for Rangers, scored by McCoist. Salenko. Well, that's good play, good footwork. Looking for Cleland, great header! Alec Cleland for Rangers! Van Hooydonk waits in the middle. Poor cross though, won easily by McLaren. 2 against 2 up front here. Salenko and McCoist together. That's good play by Salenko. McCoist as Gascoigne racing through the middle. It's great play for Rangers. And Gascoigne has scored! It's a magnificent goal by Gascoigne. This is Tom. Andreas Tom's going to try one here. Oh, that is an incredible goal by Andreas Tom. Touch from Richard Gough. This is Gascoigne. Still it's Gascoigne, forcing it through. Chance on here for Laudrup. And it's a great goal. It's Andreas Tom who strikes it. Hughes as well forward. Claims for a penalty kick there as he was challenged, and it's given. John Collins starts his run, and it's gone in. Again, Gough's forward, so too is Petric. Again, there's a fair bit of movement the far side of the box. Gascoigne strikes it in. And it's there. Super Ali does it again. Well, that's a slack one by Boyd. Almost allowing Salenko to come in. He's got it again. And it's gone in. That's an own goal. Rangers take the lead. McCoist can't believe it. So Celtic with it all to do now. Tosh McKinlay gives the cross. It's Van Hooydonk. And that's in. Well, this is quite incredible. 3 goals apiece here at Ibrox.
It really was some game. Charlie Nicholas and Mark Haitley are our guests tonight. I've asked this of Charlie before, Mark. Why is it that both these teams seem to do better at the other place, as it were? Rangers here and Celtic, of course, down at Ibrox.
I think when you come and play away, the onus is on the home team to come out and attack, and I think it takes a little bit of the pressure off, especially the 2 teams are attacking sides. So I think the game, you know, for the visiting team becomes an easier place to play. Wherever we used to go, it was always easier playing away from Ibrox. I mean, people would come and set up defence, and it'd be very difficult, you know, very frustrating at times to break down. But you come away to a nice big pitch like this, great atmosphere, and it's always easier to play in. You know, the game opens up, and you know it's normally an attractive game to
Yeah, as
play
I think most of the time you go away from home, you can afford to be cautious because your crowd allows you to. The only away games, the crowd allows you to be a bit more cautious. Rangers have probably proved to do it better than Celtic over the last few years, but Celtic can still go to Ibrox and play really well, but obviously cautiously.
See, I can also understand that the passion and the feeling there is for this game in the city. That's fine. But why does it mean so much to Englishmen such as yourself, to the Roberts and the Butchers and the Gascoignes now?
Well, you do. You become involved in it.
Trevor Stevens, of
course. I remember. Yeah. He used to play for Rangers once.
Yes, he did, yeah.
I'm only kidding. No, I mean, you do become part of it. I mean, it's a 2-team city. I mean, the people are fanatic, and when you're here, you're part of that. You know, you try to become a part of that, and more often than not, you get sucked into it. You're getting sucked into the whole environment, and it's passion. I mean, football. I've always played my football with passion, and you get involved with that. You're the same. I
think it brings out the best in people, especially people like Mark. But like years and years ago, Celtic were always seemingly famous for the Catholics, and we had people like Dalglish and Danny McGrain, and 2 particularly became great Celts, and were Protestant, but were absolutely magnificent players. And the feeling they had for Celtic Football Club was incredible. And now when you see the Terry Butchers, the Trevor Stevens and Mark Haileys and that coming and playing here, they witness what it's all about. It really is quite special.
And if you have never witnessed it, wait until you see this tonight. Live here on Sky Sports, the Old Firm, Celtic against Rangers. And Celtic know that they have to win here tonight. They've played 2 games less, but they're 8 points adrift. And does anybody at Celtic Park need reminding that Rangers have won 7 in a row? They're heading for their 8th. That hurts. Live tonight, Celtic against Rangers. Next, the story so far. Celtic Park is the correct title. For Celtic against Rangers. And looking further ahead to the weekend, an FA Cup special on Saturday. How about that? Manchester United against Sunderland. Other highlights from the 3rd round in the same programme, starting at 6 o'clock. And we're live on Sunday at the baseball ground for what is the tie of the round, surely. Derby County, top of the 1st Division, against Leeds United, whose form has been in and out of late. There might just be a surprise there. Dave Mackay and Norman Hunter will be our guests. Scottish football next Monday, 7 o'clock start. Hibs beaten 7-0 by Rangers last time out, and they're lying 3rd in the Bells Scottish Premier against Aberdeen, who won the Coca-Cola Cup, of course, a few weeks back. Celtic against Rangers. We've seen the old firm clashes that have taken place so far this season. Our form check continues after that 3-3 back in November. John Collins opened the scoring in Celtic's next game against Hearts. Pasquale Bruno pulled one back for them before Collins, second, restored Celtic's lead. And he went on to complete the hat-trick in real style. Rangers faced a tough-looking trip to Easter Road, but McCoist's early goals settled their nerves. A stunning strike from Gordon Durie capped a fine display from Walter Smith's side. Hearts were next for Rangers. McCoist again opened the scoring. Paul Gascoigne said against Kilmarnock, Celtic went behind to a goal from Ali Mitchell. Tom Brown then put them 2 up. But Celtic hit back hard before half-time. Tom and Grant combining for their first. Tom got the equaliser. Van Hooijdonk put Celtic ahead after the break. And then got a second to complete a fine comeback by Celtic. Gascoigne was sent off in Rangers' final Champions League game as they crashed out of Europe. Celtic's next match was at Easter Road. Jackie McNamara's goal set the tone.
Yes, Tom, good skills there, getting away from Milne. The chance is on here, and it's Phil O'Donnell. It's another terrific goal by Celtic. For O'Donnell. Good movement off the ball by Celtic. In comes across, it's Van Hooijdonk! And that's another superb goal! Through now for Simon Donnelly, steadies himself, and it's number 4.
A goal from Gordon Durie was enough to secure Rangers all 3 points at home to Partick Thistle. Celtic then met Falkirk.
By Collins, Van Hooijdonk, and Celtic make the breakthrough.
And that win reduced the deficit at the top to a single point. After a goalless draw against Motherwell, Rangers extended their lead over the Christmas period. Oleg Solenko opened the scoring against Kilmarnock. Gascoigne scored with a cheeky effort. And last time out, Rangers thrashed Hibs. Charlie Miller got the first. Gascoigne got another fine individual goal. And Gordon Durie got 4. This was a real thrashing. So Tommy Burns and Walter Smith go into tonight's match in the knowledge that this is the most important derby fixture in recent years. So Celtic's season played 18, won 12 of the 18, beaten just once by Rangers, scored 35 and conceded 15, 41 points. At home, that defeat by Rangers spoils a pretty good record, won 5 of the 9. Van Hooydonk's got 11 now, Collins 9. Rangers played 20, won 15 of them, beaten once by Hibs, but they exacted revenge for that at the weekend, beating them 7-0, scored 37 now, conceded 10, 49 points. Away from home, they're unbeaten, won 7 of the 9. That's great. We saw them live at Motherwell recently. Durie leads the way now with 11. He's got 5 of that 11 in the last 2 games. McCoist's got 8, Solenko 7, Gascoigne 6. And our guests here tonight, Charlie Nicholas and Mark Haitley, who we'll grab a word with in a moment. But the Bell's Scottish Premier Division worth a look at before we do that. Bottom to top, Motherwell, who were beginning to put something together, Charlie, weren't they? Dragging themselves away from the bottom end, but stuck down there again now. Yep. Of course, it's the top end we're interested in tonight. Celtic played 18, 41 points. Rangers played 20, 49. That's why, Charlie, Celtic cannot afford to lose tonight, can they?
No, cannot afford to lose, and this is usually a dangerous sign when Rangers come here not really needing to win. But Celtic have to get the victory to really keep the pressure on and keep the league going all the way, and there's every chance they can do that.
The top scorers in Scotland, Durie, 11 from 15 now, same total as Van Hooijdonk from 1 game more. Collins, 9 from 16, McCoist 8 from 15. He'll be on the bench tonight, we understand, Ali McCoist, and Darren Jackson of Hibs has got 8 from 20. 7 in a row for Rangers, Mark. Does it become ever more difficult in terms of motivation to keep a run like that going?
Yeah, I think it becomes more demanding on management more than players. I mean, because they have to look at a different side of management where they have to motivate people year in, year out, and I think that's, you know, it's difficult. I mean, a successful side you try and keep together and keep together and blend it over 4 or 5 years, ideally. Here in Rangers, the demand is so much that they have to keep changing personnel around year in, year out, 3 in or 4 in, 4 out, and to keep faces fresh.
And more than half a mind, presumably, at different times on European success.
Absolutely. I mean, it's even more problems because with the 3 foreigners, or, you know, that's hopefully be changing shortly. But they've always had that problem of trying to keep a good side together with the 3 foreigners.
Has there been a better time than this in recent seasons, Charlie, for Celtic to have a good old go at Rangers in the chase?
Well, this is certainly the best out of the 7 years that they've won the title that Celtic have competed, and really, I don't think Celtic have even been second in these 7 years, so it kind of sums up the way Celtic have been going. But in saying that, I think if Celtic can win this one and stop it, then it'll be fair enough. But I think if Rangers get 8, I really seriously worry for Celtic, because I think if they get 8, the determination, the hunger will really be back again, and they'll be determined to get 9.
Well, the man in charge at Parker these days, of course, is Tommy Burns, and he's with Davy Provan.
Tommy, you picked the same side that beat Falkirk 18 days ago. How confident are you that they might do the job for you tonight?
Well, obviously to pick the same team, Davy, you've got to be confident, but I've got every confidence in the group of players we've got here. We know it'll be a difficult game. Rangers are a very good side, they're playing very well, very consistent. But we feel we're a good side and we're getting better, and we feel we're ready to meet the challenge tonight.
It'll be a big night for Malky Mackay, who'll make his Old Firm debut. Have you had a few words with him?
Well, if I could get him, Davy, he's locked himself in the toilet, so... No, he'll be fine, he'll be fine. I've just told him to go and enjoy it. I mean, it's a big occasion, Davy, and he's waited a long time to get an opportunity in a game like this. And it's entirely up to him. You want to go and enjoy it, you don't want to go and worry about games like this. You just want to go and take in everything that's good about it.
How frustrating has it been for you having to sit on the sidelines as Rangers stretch that lead at the top?
That was difficult when you see them going and winning the games, because you know you're going another 3 points further, although you've still got the game to play. But to be fair, I feel it's been beneficial to us, because we've had a few knocks and wee strains and things like that, and the 18 days has given us a chance to get the group back together in 100% fitness again.
Have you worked them hard to keep the fitness level up?
Well, a bit of both, Davey. We've worked them hard and we've given them a good rest as well. So, you know, hopefully it's came at the right time for us.
And you feel they're in the right mood?
Well, they're in the right mood, okay. Eh?
Thanks, Tommy. Enjoy it.
Thanks a lot, Davey.
Well, the big question, of course, in these parts, can Celtic stop Rangers winning another title? That's Tommy Burns' opinion, surely, that they can. But what are they saying outside?
It's an important game, but we've got the troops to do it. Better placed than we've ever been.
They've got a psychological advantage on us, but we still have the 2 games in hand, so hopefully we can peg them back tonight.
This will be a big decider on who's going to win the league tonight. Rangers are like 8 points ahead, but they've played 2 games more, so it's all in Celtic have all to do.
There's nobody been putting pressure on them, and this year Celtic's doing it. I think they'll go on and win it.
If we win the night, I think we're there with a good chance. We'll win the night, and then your 2 games in hand, I think we'll do them okay.
Rangers have been playing quite well the last couple of weeks, but Celtic playing the best football I've seen in a few seasons, and I think we'll do it tonight.
I don't think tonight's game's very important. I think Celtic have been playing better football overall this season, and I think Celtic are a better side, so I think Celtic will win tonight, but I don't see it as being a big crucial factor.
And you're right, bang in the middle of those little selection, or that little selection there, Gary Jacobs, the boxer. Charlie Nicholas and Mark Haitley with us tonight. 7 in a row, as we've spoken about with Mark, Charlie, from Rangers' point of view. That's great, but not just sitting on the sidelines watching Rangers stretch their lead this time around. Watching them compile that sort of record must be very frustrating if you're a Celtic fan.
Oh, tremendously. It's real disappointment for Celtic supporters, and especially the way it's been done. I mean, Celtic haven't even been second in these 7 seasons. It just shows you the gap that Rangers opened up. They went and they bought well, they went big time, and Celtic have paid the penalty for standing still for too long.
But are they, I mean, you look around here now, the attempts are being made, are they not? Well, if not to catch up, but certainly to make an impression.
Well, certainly they went forward, but all this stand and everything you see is not really just the guys who have come in and took over the club. This has been done by the Celtic supporters. The Celtic supporters have told everybody who took over, we'll give you £18 million. In fact, they gave them something like £25 million.
It was a share issue, wasn't it?
They gave them £25 million from the supporters. This is down to the supporters, not the people who are in charge.
There's a message there somewhere, is there, from Charlie Nicholas?
No, not at all. It's just facts. I think the Celtic supporters saying to you, we'll give you as much money as possible if we can stop Rangers.
OK, live tonight at Parkhead, Celtic against Rangers, and when we come back, we'll be hearing from another celebrity Celtic fan. Can you spot who it is?
You're watching Sky Sports.
Parkhead, to be more precise, Celtic against Rangers. 2nd and 1st in the Bell Scottish Premier right now. 238 league games down the years, 318 in all. The last 12 in the league, 4 wins each and 4 draws. But the last 13 here, Celtic have lost 8 of them. 2 have been drawn. They haven't won a New Year's Day derby for some 8 years. When they did, they went on to win the title. Is there an omen there, I wonder? Well, that celebrity guest that we were talking about, of course, Rod Stewart, who is here tonight. The last time he was here, it was to open that big new stand that Celtic have built. I think somewhere in there is a seat with his name on it. Big Celtic fan, of course. His pre-match today was very interesting. Jeff Shreves was with him.
In their own backyards this week, plenty of Celtic supporters dreamt of scoring the winner against Rangers tonight. But superstar Rod Stewart rehearsed on his very own private pitch. This morning, before flying to Parkhead in his own jet, Celtic fanatic Rod had a workout with his personal soccer coach, Wimbledon striker Dean Holdsworth.
Find these, quick hands, okay? Try and hit the corners as hard as you can. Great goal. Aye, keep that one. Don't swear on that one. Rod sort of, expressed his love for kicking the ball about and invited me down here. And it was something I really enjoyed doing, and we've just carried it on, and we've took it into a training session now, and take it a bit more seriously. And if you could see the guys' will to play football and actually love of running up and down this pitch, it's unbelievable. And I mean, his enthusiasm's great, and it gives me a lot back when I see him wanting to do it, and I feel tired, and he's running past me.
I went down to Brentford for trials, but it was exactly the same time as I got a start in music, and I was a lazy bugger and I just couldn't get out of bed. You know, music gave me the opportunity to stay in bed another couple of hours. So I took up music, and, you know, here I am today with my own pitch.
Why did you choose Celtic? What made you become a lifelong Celtic supporter?
It was way back in the early 70s when I first met Dalglish. Just when he'd signed for Celtic, I think we were at dinner at a place called Dalhousie Castle. I think it was just when he got married. And he took me down there to meet Jock Stein. I don't know if you've ever met the late Jock Stein, but once you meet him, you're a Celtic supporter. You know, because he always made football sound like poetry. And that was the early 70s, and I've been a Celtic supporter ever since.
Can you tell me a bit about the Old Firm derby? What sort of atmosphere is it? What sort of passions does it arouse?
Oh, it's like any other derby. I mean, no, it's not like any other derby. It's not like Spurs play Arsenal. I can't put I've only been to about 6, you know, because I live in the States and it's difficult to get there. But it is, all the songs are different, the passions are different. It's just words, I haven't got words to describe it. It'll be electric, and Celtic have got to win. They've got to win. You know, it's sad for Scottish football that it's now a 2-horse race. You know, I wish there was more competition. It would be better for Scottish football if there were more teams involved, but unfortunately there's not. And Celtic have got to win tonight to keep it open. Otherwise, Rangers have walked it again.
Mind you, it's good for Scottish football, isn't it? That it's a 2-horse race. It's often in recent years been over by now, hasn't it? Without being too unkind, it really has.
Yeah, more or less. They've had a spell where Aberdeen chased Rangers on a couple of occasions. Motherwell, although it wasn't particularly that close. But in all honesty, if there's one team going to stop Rangers, it's going to be Celtic.
Mind you, what a way to prepare for a game from a supporter's point of view. To work out on your own pitch, fly in your own jet, as you do. It's quite nice,
I do that most days myself anyway. It's no different to me.
Would he have given it all up, do you think, to be a footballer? No. Can't imagine.
No, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
It's Celtic Park tonight, as they call it in these parts. Parkhead to the rest of us. Celtic against Rangers, live here on Sky Sports, and Davy Provan is waiting for us with the team news. Davy, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, both sides have handed their team sheets into the referee's room now, and we can have a look at the two sides. First of all, let's have a look at the Celtic side. Not surprisingly, it's unchanged from that which beat Falkirk 18 days ago. Now, neither Peter Grant nor John Hughes available to Tommy Burns this evening, and their influence will certainly be missed tonight. And that means an Old Firm debut for Malky Mackay, who'll partner Tommy Boyd in the centre of the back four. Phil O'Donnell will continue in midfield beside Paul McStay and John Collins, with Simon Donnelly making up the four. And up front, Pierre van Hooijdonk will partner Andreas Thom. As far as Rangers are concerned, Walter Smith, not surprisingly, names the same side that beat Hibs 7-0 at the weekend, and a strong-looking side it is as well. Andy Gorham in superb form at the moment, and in front of him, the three men who've been the cornerstone of Rangers' domestic success this season, Richard Gough, Alan McLaren and Gordon Petric. Further forward, Paul Gascoigne and Brian Laudrup will be asked to provide the invention and the supply for a front pairing of Oleg Solenko and Gordon Jury. And this is a Rangers side that has gone 16 league games unbeaten.
David, thanks very much. Mark, I'm just sitting here wondering, 18 days since Celtic last played, Rangers have had a couple of games in that time. Who's going to benefit more? Rangers because they've played, or Celtic because they've had a rest?
It can work both ways. I mean, every team loves a little rest over, over the Christmas spell. And it's worked, one way it's worked well for them, they've got the rest, but another way they've got the suspensions, which, they've got two key players out, I feel, are key players for Celtic.
Peter Grant loves the derby game.
Well, they're two leaders, I think, Hughes and Peter.
More times than not, these games is not always settled by a bit of brilliance. Occasionally we see it,